Hello there guys, my name's Paul and today we have Matt with us.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Matt. He is a bit camera shy, but he is a business partner of us, a fellow trader and investor, as well as Ben. And Matt is going to be interviewing us today and yeah.
So today guys we're going to be answering your questions which we received through our email.
A lot of you guys have been posting questions on YouTube and on our website exponentialclub.com through our email address, so we're going to be trying to cover a lot of them today. Okay, if you ain't got any other questions, any other queries, we're going to be interviewing Matt hopefully soon, and he's going to try to answer your questions as well, because the thing is that I'm a rather long-term trader. Matt is an intraday trader and Ben is more of an intra-week trader. So we're going to try to get three different perspectives from three different traders who use three different time frames to trade. So let's begin with the questions.
Okay, let's start.
Okay.
So Mark is asking, how long have you been trading for?
I would say been trading for 5 years now. I started when I was 18 years old, and obviously the first 1.5 years I was just terrible. Like it was just literally really bad. So
did you get losing trades?
I was not just losing trades, losing bank accounts pretty much. I got wiped out. I would say I opened my brokerage account 2 to 3 weeks later. I lost around 35% of my account equity.
So almost half of it.
Almost, well, a third, more than a third. It was a lot of money at the time. It was I think I put like £3,000 in it. Obviously now it doesn't seem big, but as a student, I was still studying at university when I was doing it. It was a lot of money, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so that was a lot.
Okay, so when did you start getting profits?
You mean when did I become profitable?
Yeah.
I would say profitable. I became consistently profitable, I would say, between 1.5 to 2 years within trading. I went to a lot of seminars. It was a lot of work.
Was it helpful?
The seminars weren't. a lot of them were really a waste of money, because the thing is, a lot of the trading seminars, they tend to, you know, pay you like £4,000, and you go there for 2 days. And they're just gonna teach you, like, with a group of about 20 people in order to become successful trader. And the thing is, I don't think that should be the way that people and traders get taught, because a lot of them are just left pretty much bewildered. They don't get any psychological help. They just get thrown in. They get their strategies thrown in, done, and that's it. They're left alone, and that's not really how I believe it should be done.
So they don't show you any psychological.
They don't. They don't really show. They basically, what they do is, I'm not complaining. Obviously, a lot of them were pretty good seminars. I learned a little bit after every seminar before I started up becoming consistently profitable as a trader.
Yeah.
However, you've been to them as well.
I didn't like them either.
Yeah.
No.
What didn't you like?
Well, it was just basically a lot of talking. That's all it was. I don't know whether they were traders themselves or not.
Yeah. Because it does sound like a lot of them are salesmen.
Yeah, because all they do, they just talk and they telling you all the stuff, but they don't actually come and show you on the computer how it works properly.
Yeah.
Like, they don't sit with you and they don't stay there for a day or so, and they don't show you how you get the trade.
I guess it depends on the seminar. You know, I guess it depends on the person who's speaking as well.
Well, I haven't been to many. So.
Like, I've been to a lot. When I was in my first year. I was sort of a seminar addict, as I would say. Like, I visited a lot of them in order to just, you know, maybe find a better strategy. The main purpose for me at the time of doing this trading thing was trying to find a better strategy. You know, in order for me to become more and more profitable. So I would just find one, and 1 or 2 days I'll lose trades, and then I would think, this strategy is rubbish, so I'm just going to go another one, then another, and this sort of just became a chain, and just like a losing circle. And the main problem which I had is that I didn't choose a good strategy, just a good solid strategy that has been back tested for quite a while, and professional traders use. and just stuck to that strategy. So
okay, so what would you suggest to other people when they start trading? Where should they put their money towards seminars or put in trading? Or
it's a difficult question. There's a lot of material. There's so much. The problem is with the currency market at the moment is that there's so much hype. There's so much excitement, hype, and craziness.
Yeah.
You know, like you know how many Forex robots are out there at the moment. Like, just they're trying to say, you know, you're going to be getting 600% returns. You're going to be getting 1,000% returns within a month.
You never do.
They never do, for one, and it's just a cheap sales tactic in order for you to get into, you know, for you to buy their product, unfortunately. And, you know, trading always has had this sort of hype, this sort of get-rich-quick sort of aura around it. And that's why it attracts so many people who are lazy and just want to make money as quickly as possible, as fast as possible, you know, with as little as money as possible. And once
at the end of the day, they lose.
And at the end of the day, they become poorer, like after buying the product, and lose more money afterwards.
Because they're more focusing on money than psychological. I guess,
they that's the thing. Like, a lot of people focus on the get-rich-quick sort of scheme, and you know, a lot of people who, you know, some of the salesmen which sell these Forex products probably don't even know what a pip is. But they just, they know how to market a product pretty well. And they know how to sort of pull your little heartstrings, you know, your emotional strings, in order to get you excited, in order to buy the product. And the thing is, trading is not like that. Trading is not about you know, getting money as quickly as possible. In order to become a consistently profitable trader, it takes a while, and you're not going to be getting these fantastic 600-700% returns in your first year. I'm sorry. Like, some hedge funds do. I know some hedge funds make 600-700% profit.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but obviously they have teams. They have, you know, whole platforms of people doing this kind of thing. So that's a bit different. But in terms of being a single retail trader, it is a very difficult thing. 5 to 10% are consistently profitable traders. Around 90% blow their first account within 6 months.
And they fail.
It's a shark infested waters which we're dealing with, and it's difficult.
Okay, so it's been 5 years, as you said.
Yeah, 5 years. I would say so. 3 years is consistently profitable. And I'm glad about that. I'm really glad that I actually sort of chose this time to do my trading. One second. Hello. And the thing is that I'm rather glad that I chose to do currency trading around this time, because we had a lot of uncertain economic factors that occurred within these 3 years. You know, we had the economic crisis, we had, you know, the economic decline, we had the banking sector. So many banks within England have been bought out, so have been on the brink of bankruptcy. Currencies themselves have been very unstable in terms of, you know, in the way they've been moving.
So you learned from it.
So yeah, like it's been a good time, because these movements and these uncertainties made the market rather, you know, rather difficult to trade. You know, there has been, like, 2011 last year was rather a difficult year to trade. For a lot of traders. However, you know, we still still profitable, and it's good preparation for really good years, where, you know, for them to come when we're going to be rather successful in our trades. So I'm happy about that.
Okay, Menesh is asking, what does your trading station look like?
At the moment, this is my desk. I have this. I moved this actually. I have this. This monitor here. Place it there. It's a 2-monitor system. So one I use for the laptop. The other, the monitor is connected to the desktop, and the main reason why I use a 2-monitor system is, one, for using the trading setups, and the second one is really just for looking for the triggers.
Doesn't it make it more difficult to trade?
Well, having the 2-monitor setup. It's better than having like 6 or 7. So it's simple. I think it's simple. It's minimalistic. For me, it's the simplest way, and I mean, you know, I'm happy with using 2 monitor systems. For me, having 3, 4, 5 monitors really is overkill. You know, I'm not a stock trader. I don't really do stocks. I do a tiny bit of futures and commodities, which my broker provides anyway.
So do you think it depends on your strategy how many monitors you should have?
I don't know. Like personally, I think even as an intraday trader, depending on what strategy you use, obviously, it's confusing. Like it's one of those topics that's a bit hard to. It just really depends on your strategy.
So if you need another, you'll see basically if you need one or not.
You will know when you'll need one. Yeah. Like with intraday trading, you do intraday trading. Yeah. You also use 2 monitors. Ben does intra-week trading, and he only uses 1 monitor. That's it. He only has his laptop out, you know, and that's all he needs for intra-week. I do also end of day trading strategies as well. So, and I use 2, and I think even that is a bit too much. The thing is, obviously, when you're a trader and when you're new, you obviously get a bit excited and you want to buy as many monitors. You want your trading station to look nice. You want it to look professional, and you know, like as a typical Wall Street kind of trading station that it should.
I guess that's how I was. With the years, I guess it's just not necessary.
Yeah. How many monitors did you have?
Well, I had 2, and I had another laptop next to me. So
3 in total. Yeah. That's not that bad. I had like one time I had 6. I actually had, you know, the wall bracket mount and just had like the 6 monitors together, and I actually borrowed my the swivel, the TV swivel. That's what I used in order to attach them. Like, and it was just a waste of time. It was literally just no real reason for it, and it just took too much space up. And now, since I realised for my strategy, I don't really need to use them. I don't use them anymore. I just use these 2 laptops. I even think the monitors at the moment is too much. I think just
it looks good for the girls, isn't it?
It looks good. It looks good for YouTube. You know, for potential investors and stuff like that who want to look at someone who looks professional. But in real life, there's no real need for it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. And Michael is asking, what's your opinion on scalping?
Scalping. Within the currency market, I still haven't met any person that is a profitable scalper in the currency market. You haven't? No. Like we both have, like we both been to, you know, a few funds. We both been to a few trading floors as well. I haven't met one single currency trader, you know, who just does solely currencies, not stocks or anything like that, but just currencies, who is a consistent scalper. Yeah. And consistently profitable. All of them are either intraday, intra-week traders, intra-month traders, etc. I haven't met many that are scalpers.
I'm sure there's still someone who's doing it.
Maybe there is someone, I don't know. To me, I think a lot of scalpers begin... I think it's some sort of new trader kind of thing. You know, they want to be part of the action. Maybe they have a guilt. I had this guilt before as well, where I felt if I'm not working, if I'm not sitting in front of the computer, if I'm not, you know, looking at candlestick charts or something like that, that means I'm not working. And scalping is probably an excuse to cover up that guilt which you have for not working.
Yeah,
because, you know,
could be.
Yeah, because all I do in terms of trading, I literally only trade half an hour a day, so at max, maybe 20-25 minutes a day. Obviously you trade more, you trade around 8 hours a day. Just
sometimes more.
Yeah, sometimes more, just depending, looking at charts and stuff. But you're not taking trades, you're just looking at the setups. You're not taking all the trades.
No, just looking at them basically.
Looking at the setups, etc. While the scalper, he just wants to be part of the action. So he wants to get in and out and make quick profits. But
so the market doesn't move quick enough for them.
Yeah, it's just for them. For me, I don't consider it profitable. The thing is, the really short time frames don't tend to follow resistance and support as properly as as the longer time frames. They're not very significant in terms of the the swings, and the patterns. So I wouldn't really do them. I haven't really met many scalpers who are successful. It really just depends, you know. Like scalping, I would say it's the 1 minute chart. I think the 1 minute charts literally are just useless when you look at them. But if someone is making if someone is profitable, then good for them. No, I may be wrong. I'm not.
You never know.
I'm not. Yeah, you never know. But so far, I think it's just so far as I met, it tends to be new traders who want to make money as quickly as possible, as much as possible with as little money as possible.
Maybe it's profitable. They're just hiding, not coming out.
They're hiding their winnings.
Yeah. Okay. Do you use any forums of Forex chat rooms? Nicholas asking.
Nicholas. No, not really. Forums. The only time I would use a forum, trading forum, is just to ask just general questions like, you know, where can I get this indicator? Just, you know, like sort of a trending alarm indicator, a market correlation. You know, when I first started this, I asked for a Forex calculator indicator. The main reason why I don't really use forums is, you know, is because you don't know where you're getting your information from in terms of trading strategies. You know, a lot of strategies out there are posted on forums by these traders trying to find out the best way and the laziest way in order for them to make money.
Yeah,
really. It's just you notice this a lot in forums, and I'm not trying to bash them or anything like that. It's just that, you know, forums are just a community of traders who probably are not very successful in what they're doing to try to come up with ways in order to become profitable. And
you know, I agree with you, because this morning I actually went on the forum just for fun, just to see what's happening, man.
Yeah.
And you know, and these people just, you know, they're just saying what they're gonna buy and when they're gonna put their stop loss and take profit targets.
Yeah.
And I just double checked the chart, and it's just completely wrong. It's just like, why would you want to
double check that?
Yeah, I just double checked it just to see how it is.
Well, do you know what pair was it? Do you remember?
I think it was Euro USD.
Oh, the Euro. Yeah.
And it's just like, why would you buy this? You know, it's just no.
Did they tell us?
And they when they putting the questions on and the answers, and you think, yeah, it's a good answer.
Yeah.
You think it's a profitable trader that's talking there. But when you see the chart, and you just think he's just like some kid just playing around, asking others what to buy.
The thing is, trading, you have to be a lone wolf when you're trading. When a lot of people get into trading, they want to, you know, be part of a trading group or something like that. Because let's say me, you, Ben, and like 5 other people all take the same trades. Or, you know, they say, yeah, Euro USD, we buy at this place, we put the stop loss there, put the take profit there, we, you know, put the second take profit somewhere else. And all of us are just decide to win, then we're all happy for each other. It's like, yeah, this trading group is good. And then when we lose, it's like, oh, it's okay, you know, we all lost, you know, we all tried our best. It's like this sort of mentality that 2 heads are better than 1.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and unfortunately, trading is not like that. Trading, in a sense, you have to be, I would say, a sole owner of your trades. You know when you are right. You know, you basically know when what you're doing is right. You know what you're doing is wrong. When you're in a group, that sort of you're like sort of put in a melting pot. Each one comes with his own problems and with his own benefits and with his own psychological quirks, which
doesn't feel right if you need to buy that.
You just basically, for them, it just feels comfortable being in a group, and in order to become successful, you have to be outside the group. You can't be in the herd. You can't be part of the group, because the majority of the group are losers. You know, the majority of traders are losers. So you have to be a lone trader in order to become successful, in my opinion. That's why I don't use trading forums. I don't really use suggestions by other chat rooms or something like that in order to get my trades, because I think either you need an ego boost for your wins, or you're just gonna try to, other traders are just gonna be like, oh, pat you on the back, oh, it's okay, you lost this trade, it's okay, you're gonna get it right the next time. So I don't really use them. I personally just focus just within myself, like what my problems are, instead of group. Because you are your own individual. You know, when the market is not doesn't care whether you're in a group or not. You know, you have to be. I think in order to become profitable, you have to be on your own, a single own trader in order to be successful.
Yeah. So even if you do use them, just be careful, isn't it?
I would say not used. Like I personally, obviously you can. You know, the thing is, as I said, trading is a rather lonely profession, I guess. I'm not, you know, for me it's not lonely because obviously we have a business, we have we're free traders in total, but we don't take each other's trades, we don't take each other's trading suggestions or something like that, and the problem is that if people do that, let's say me, you, Ben, all of us put on the same trades, we sort of start losing accountability on who loses. And the thing is, in real life, you are accountable for every trade you put down, you know, whether it's a win or a loss. So if you're in a group, that sort of negative emotion which you get for your accountability when you're losing trade sort of gets spread around the whole group. So that, you know, you're not actually feeling, oh, you know, it just, you know, instead of feeling, oh, you know, I can't believe this, I'm so wrong, I hate trading. When you're in a group, it's like, oh, it's okay, you know, it just happened, and you don't feel accountable for your trades.
So you don't feel guilty for your mistakes.
Yeah, you don't feel guilty for your own mistakes and finding out what the main problem is within your trading. Obviously, the guilt is a negative emotion; it is bad. However, it does help you sort out a lot of problems which you may have in trading. So that's why I don't choose it.
Okay. Alan is asking, how do you find a good broker?
Okay.
Not you personally, but like in general. How do you find?
Oh, okay, so I don't have to name brokers or
no.
anything like that. I would say brokerages is difficult. Firstly, I think you'd have to choose between two categories. You got the market makers, and then you got the ECM brokers. Now, the market makers, this is rather popular within England. Market makers like, you know, spread betters, which is illegal, I think, in the US. It's only legal in the UK and Australia as well. So the main reason why they use market makers is because there's tax deductions. You don't have to pay tax on them or anything like that, and that's why they're rather popular. However, they tend the problem is that brokers tend to there has been suspicion that market maker brokers are a bit dodgy in the sense that they are aiming for you to lose. They are only profitable if you lose. While ECM brokers, they put your money straight into the live market, live into the currency market. So they personally don't care whether you win or lose. They make money from the spread and and the swap every time every time your trade carries on to the next day or something like that. So they don't care whether you win or lose, as long as you trade frequently in order to make a spread size, etc. So that's what they're looking for. So I would rather choose an ECM broker because they tend to be more fair and more just. And you can just, I would say, also just look for reviews on the internet. There's tons of trusted review websites that tell you customer reviews on how successful brokerages are. Now, also, this is a bit difficult as well because a lot of single users who are basically traders who are losing tend to blame, instead of blaming themselves, they tend to blame the brokers for like all their losses. So they're like, oh, this broker's terrible. I think literally it's just wanting me to lose and stuff like that. But it's probably not the broker's fault. It's probably their own fault.
There's always someone to blame.
Yeah, and that's the main problem with brokerages. It's a bit difficult to actually find one. I would personally aim to find, again, a trusted brokerage that is used, a widely known brokerage. There's a lot out there, and who is an ECM broker, since ECM brokers, as I said, put you straight into the market. And that's how I use an ECM broker. You do get taxed for it in the UK. You do have to pay tax for your winnings if you use an ECM broker. If you use a market maker, such as a spread betting broker, then you don't have to pay any tax at all. So you're fine. But the thing is, there is that sort of ongoing debate that market makers are out there to make you lose money. So.
Okay, so basically just do some more research on them before you get into it.
Do research, and I personally recommend ECM brokers, especially if you got a big account, let's say $100,000-$200,000. I would personally recommend definitely to use an ECM broker on an institutionalized account. Definitely. Okay. For small traders, small accounts, I would say market makers are okay.
Doesn't really make much difference for small accounts, isn't it?
Yeah, for small accounts, I don't think it makes much of a difference. But then again, there is that ongoing debate about market makers on their credibility. So it's a difficult one, but I would choose the ECM brokers.
Okay. Right. Next question. At what point did you realize that you could make it as a trader? And Sam is asking.
Sam. I would say, I don't know, there wasn't really an epiphany moment. There wasn't a point where I just thought, now is the time that I am a professional trader and I'm consistently profitable. There was no point like that for me. It sort of just happened gradually. As I said, I was in the loser's loop. And
did you ever wanted to quit?
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to quit around 1.5 years in, and I was just, I went to so many seminars. I was wasting so much money, just on these courses, and literally I just didn't find the secret, the holy grail which traders were using in order for me to become a successful trader. And it was difficult. So at that point I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stick to one strategy. That point when I was actually about to give up, that's when I actually started to become
profitable. Not
profitable, but on the process of becoming consistent.
Yeah.
And at that point, I sort of didn't really care of the outcome of the trades, in the sense that I wasn't really emotionally attached to any of the trades anymore. While before, I was like, oh, the market's out to get me. Literally, the brokers are bastards. These trading strategies.
You were one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, I was one of them. Obviously, I was one of them. Lucky for you, Matt. Like Matt, for example. He was profitable since in his 1 or 2 months, because he does have this personality traits which are that just constitute a good trader, such as patience,
mentality, basically.
Yeah, the psychological aspects are good. While for me, I'm rather more emotional. I tend to be very outlandish and rather impulsive in my decisions, which tend to be detrimental to an account, And I would say martial arts helped me out a lot. The art of being patient, disciplined, and in becoming. Also, working gym, like working out. That sort of is also very similar. Mentality within trading. I tend to notice that a lot of traders have a rather sports mentality attached to them, in a sense that you can't really become successful by having an ego in let's say bodybuilding or something like that, because in bodybuilding if you have an ego, you're going to always try to do too much weights. You're always going to sort of use that ego sort of messes you up, in the sense that you don't do your workouts properly because you're using too heavier weights. Your muscles don't develop properly, and you just end up becoming crap. Well, if you have a consistent, training plan, for the gym, you know what you're going to do. You know how much you're going to eat. Like at what time you're going to be doing your workouts.
So you're following the plan.
Yeah, then you become a consistent muscle builder, and it's the same thing. It's the exact same aspects within trading. In order to become successful, you have to know your trading plan. You have to know your trading strategy. You have to know how much money you're going to risk on every trade. You're going to know when your stop loss is going to, where you're going to place your stop loss. You know when you're going to get out of the trade if it does go wrong. You know where your targets are going to be. You know at what times you're trading. You know what your trading edge is, and all these things constitute you in becoming a successful trader. And I sort of learned that when I would say, as I said, like 1.5 years into the trading. You know,
1.5 years.
Yeah, 1.5 years into trading, and
that's
then,
still quite a while, you know, because most people they tend to stay like for 3 months and they
yeah,
just
it's
quit.
difficult. It is important. Like I'm going to be doing a video as well, guys, on the importance of perseverance. Perseverance, literally, is what keeps you in the game. If it's the same thing with, as I said, you know, with let's use bodybuilding again, you know, muscle building, having the body which you want. A lot of people that for their New Year's resolution decide that they want to do, you know, want to lose like 10 pounds or 10 kilograms or whatever the case is. 1 or 2 months later, they're just going to quit and just, you know, move on with their life, and that's the main problem. People are not really disciplined enough and not perseverant enough, not even tough-skinned enough in order to actually move forward, get through the tough part, get through the laziness in order to become successful. And it's the same thing with trading. You're gonna have losing trades. That's you know, that's a guarantee. Yeah, that's a guarantee. You're gonna have losing trades. If you trade often, frequently, intraday, intra-week, intra-month, you're gonna have losing trades. You may have losing months as well, or you may have break-even months where nothing happens at all. But it's the perseverance, it's having that mental attitude to just carry on going, and you know, and that's it really. That's how you become successful.
So it just comes.
Yeah, it comes. It's sort of as I said, no epiphany for me. These mental attitudes happened sort of while I was actually training in the gym. Like realized, yeah, you know, like these principles which I don't apply in my trading, I apply in my gym, in my routine.
Yeah.
But I don't apply in the trading skills. And
but the people who don't go to the gym, what would you say to them?
Oh, okay. The people that don't go to the gym, it's the same as learning any other skill. Let's say if you want to become an architect, if you want to work in medicine, let's say if you want to become a doctor, I would say trading is easier than becoming a doctor. However, trading takes a while to learn. Just as getting a doctor, you know, getting a doctor's degree, getting a PhD, getting a doctorate takes a long time you have to learn a lot. You have to know a lot. You have to know what you're doing and how you're doing it. And it's the same thing with trading. You have to know what you're doing. You can't just think that you're going to read some trading book or, you know, some Forex book and that's it. You know, 2 months later, you're going to be profitable. That's not how life works. A lot of people want the magic pill. They want to literally, it's like the Matrix. They want the green or blue pill. You take the blue pill, and that's it. You become amazing at wherever you want to be. That's people. There's never going to be sort of an instant epiphany in order for you to become successful. You know, we are living in an instant society. You can get movies instantly. You can get, you know, internet instantly. You can get you know, movies, videos, TV shows as instantly as you want with a click of a button. And this sort of mentality has shifted over to our real lives, where we believe that in order for us to become, you know, successful, you know, have a good body, be good at, I don't know, picking up women or something like that, or becoming a trader, you can just be instantaneous. You read 1 or 2 books and that's it, you're successful. And that's not the case. It takes a lot of time in order to become successful and a master at whatever skill you want to be, you know, you want to become. Whether it's learning the piano, whether it's going to the gym, getting the body which you want, it takes a lot of time, a lot of persistence and a lot of discipline. And if you don't have that, then unfortunately you won't be successful in any venture, whether it's trading or whether it's, I don't know, you know, learning the piano.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Billy is asking, did you find a trading strategy that suited your psychology, or did you mold your psychology to your strategy?
The first strategy which I had, which I was a consistent, profitable trader, I sort of molded my psychology around it. That's a pretty good question as well. So thank you for that, Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah. I would say I sort of molded my psychology towards it because it was an intraday strategy. And I don't really like intraday strategies because you have to sit in front of the monitor the whole time. You have to, just be there. You have to be looking for the setups and stuff like that. And for me, it's just like, to me, it's just.
Well, thanks, Paul.
I give the work I don't like to you.
And I give it to Ben.
Yeah, but for example, Matt's an intraday trader, but he enjoys it. It fits his strategy because he's very patient. I'm patient as well. However, for me, I would just rather have the trading opportunities, just look at them end of day, and I don't mind them being, staying there for a month or two if that's the case. I could go a whole month without trading if I need to, if there's no trading opportunities. But with my first strategy, I had to mold my psychology around it. Well, now I sort of know what my strengths are, I know what my edge is. I know what it constitutes for me to become profitable, and so I just basically have a strategy, which I didn't come up myself. I actually got from a professional trader, and he gave me the strategy, and as well, I've just been using it for a year now since I've been, developing my business and developing this investment firm. I don't really have the time in order to trade intraday or intra-week. As much as you guys do, because
as long as it works for you, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys don't really have the contact with the clients or the investors as much as I do, and I have to always meet them and talk to them and be in contact with them constantly. So it just doesn't give me the time in order for me to be an intraday or an intra-week trader. However, for me, I personally prefer it because end of day trading for me is much more. I would say. For me, it's much more satisfying than doing the intraday or intra-week trades. Okay,
Melvin is asking, do you have monthly targets?
Monthly targets. It's a lovely name, Melvin, by the way. No, I don't have monthly targets, and I'll tell you why. I think I had monthly targets in my first year of trading, in my learning the trading and trying to be a successful trader, and I realized that it sort of messes up your psychology, because let's say you have a monthly target of making 6%. Excuse me, 6% of 6% a month. The problem is that if you don't make that, or if you're having losing trades, and the market does what it does. It doesn't matter whether your strategy is working or not. The market does what it does, and sometimes it's just going to knock you out 2 or 3 or 4 times in a row. And if that's the case, and you do have that losing trade, then personally, then you just realize you haven't met your target for that month. You may start risking more. You may start becoming stressed out more, and it just, to me, it's not really.
It doesn't help, does it?
No, it doesn't help. Do you have monthly targets?
I used to, but not anymore. No, yeah, as you said, because if you got a target and you don't make it, you start going crazy and you start risking more. Yeah, the market does what it does. Yeah, just take what it gives you. Yeah, the market gives what it gives you and takes what it takes from you. You can't make the market give you 6% a month. You can't, your strategy is a strategy which is, just fitted for that particular purpose. If there's 1 or 2 or 3 trading setups in a month, or whether there's 0 trading setups a month, you have to remember that this factor sort of, the market, as the market moves in its own way, it doesn't really care what your monthly targets are, whether it's 10 or 12% a month. It's still going to move the way it has to move. And having these targets, it's crazy. Yeah, it's detrimental. It's detrimental to your account. Like most of the time, I would say 7 or 8 months in a year, I would just say I would either break above even, make maybe 1 to 3-4% a year, 3-4% a month. Maybe I would even have a losing month, like -2%, -3%. I would have losing months, winning months, but 3 or 4 months in a year, I hit it big time. I'll make a lot of huge returns in those 2-4 months or something like that, and that's how I actually become consistently profitable. Like from these 4 months, I'm able to make as much money
as I require, because the markets are just moving the way they are. The setups are just perfect. Usually happens around July, August. August and July tend to be my best months, and December tends to be very, very good for me as well. So these 3 months tend to be very, very profitable for me. But the rest of the year, markets are not really doing much. So September, October, November, 3 months, literally just last year, for example, I didn't make any money. I broke even in September. October, 3% return, and November again 2% return. So
still a return, isn't it?
It's a return. Return's a return. Return's a return. But the big money was in July, August, a bit of June as well, actually, and December as well. No, not really. Again, it's just like as I said, the market moves its own way. So the market, I can have fantastic months, but usually it's around those times. It's around those phases. But it's not guaranteed. January tends to be a losing month. However, January last year for me was very, very good. This year, even though the S&P and all that was making tons of money, it moved up by 8% this month. I didn't actually make any money this month. I actually lost. I think it was 0.5, minus 0.5%. So.
It's gonna break even.
Yeah, it's February now. It's already broken even, so that's fine.
So being patient.
Yeah, it's scary. A lot of new traders would find that scary, losing in the at the beginning of the year, in the first or second month. I'm in my second month. Oh damn! I'm losing money. And if they have their targets, that even makes it even worse. They even think, oh, you know what? I haven't made 6 months in January. Now I have to make 12%, in February because to make up for last month. And that's why having these targets is really detrimental to your account. Like I said, 3 or 4 months out of the year, if you can hit it big, then you're fine. Then you're completely fine. Then you don't even need to trade for the rest of the year until December, because December's a good month.
Just take the holiday.
Yeah, take a holiday for 3 months. Right. No, I'm just joking, guys. Don't do that. don't do that.
Okay, Danny was asking, how often do you trade and how long do you keep your trades?
Well, we kind of answered that. Yeah. How long do I trade?
Intra-month
trading. I take around 3 or 4 trades a month. And I just use pin bar formations, primarily swing formations as well. Bit of range trading, if there's any, what do you call it? Those, range trades, consolidation, breakout trades. That's the main ones I use. So nothing special, nothing amazing.
Okay, so I guess for other setup charts, time frames, it'll be different, isn't it?
Okay, well, with pin bars, as I said, it works best with daily and weekly charts. The breakout ranges, the range breakouts, etc., they work on pretty much most time frames, 15-hour, 4-hour, daily time frames, etc. But I only use that for daily. I only use daily candlestick charts or weekly candlestick charts. So rather, I would say in terms of Forex trading, I would be considered a rather long-term trader.
So you keep your trades for quite a long time?
Not that long. I would say maximum, the daily charts, maximum I would say 10, 11 days. I would predominantly 10 days. Obviously, if I do see it moving, if it's in big momentum, then I'll wait a bit more than 10 days. But if it's moving slowly or if it's sideways, then my rule is 10 days, and that's it. I turn it off. While with the swings as well, it's the same, around 10 days. If the market's not moving, if it's in big momentum, then I'll wait more than 10 days. But with the weekly chart, I can hold it on for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So I can hold it more for more than a month and a half in some cases. So yeah, rather long term. But the thing is, there's a big misconception that because I don't trade much, as I said, 3 or 4 trades a month. you know, sometimes even less than that, that somehow I make less money than someone who's an intraday or intra-week trader, and that's completely not true. Me, you, and Ben, we all make around, obviously you had a good month this year, but on average we make around the same every year, even though I'm spending much less screen time than you guys. It's a big misconception, as you can tell.
Definitely. Okay, Ryan is asking, what trading indicators do you use?
I don't use any trading indicators. I use primarily price action trading.
So you just follow the price?
Fibonacci, retracements, trend lines, counter trend lines, triangles.
Nothing too difficult, isn't it?
It's not difficult. You know, that's one of the first things you learn in trading, those things. So that's all I use really. Price action is the most leading indicator out there anyway. And,
so what do you think about other indicators that exist in the market?
Like what? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, stochastics, all the
like momentums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If people need them for their strategy, and if the strategy is profitable, then they can use whatever they want. It doesn't matter. The thing is, a lot of people, that, you know, there's so many arguments out there within the currency market. You know, oh, you should use fundamentals more. You should trade the news. You should use stochastics. You should use momentums. You should use moving averages. You should be a naked trader. You shouldn't use anything at all. And for me, it's just a waste of time. Like personally, if the trading strategy is profitable, if it does show a consistent track record, and if the trader that is using it and has created the trading strategy, you know, is a credible trader, then there's no problem in using indicators if you are successful.
Yeah. Have you used them before? Like any other indicators before you start using just what you use now? I
used it in my early days. As I said, in my 1.5 years in, moving average, RSI, so, you know, that's momentum, and moving average. It was a simple moving average, and that's it really. It wasn't anything amazing.
So the less indicators you got on your screen, the easier it is to trade?
Not really.
Would you say that?
Not really. It just depends. As I said, it just depends on the strategy. Like, you can tell now, like, my screen it doesn't have any indicators at all. It's just a price, you know, clean price chart. Excuse the colours because they're terrible. Like, that's not the colours I use, but yeah, I don't really use them. For my strategy, there's no point in having trading indicators in my strategy. You know, for someone else, moving averages, you know, are used in a lot of strategies. MACDs tend to be very popular. Even a lot of professional trading floors tend to use MACDs as their trading indicator. Fibonacci's are very popular. As I said, I use Fibonacci retracements.
So whatever works for a strategy.
Whatever works for your strategy, you know, you can always modify it. You can always modify a strategy if you know, once you do become a bit adept with your strategy, and once you do become successful, then definitely you can just add more strategies to your list. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the question is from Rob: what strategies do you use?
I think we answered that one, didn't we?
How much do you risk per trade?
As I said, it's variable. 2% on average. That's how much I would trade. If I see really good setups, 3%. 4%. Maximum I ever did was 5%, but that's very, very rare. I would say at 8 out of 10 times it would be around 2%, 2.5%. But for someone who's starting out, I don't think you should go above 2%. So 1%, between 1 and 2%, that's fine. Once you become comfortable with the strategy, comfortable, you know, within your trading, then you can move on to bigger and better things, really. Okay. But so far, for new traders, stick to 1 to 2%.
1 to 2, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus is asking, do you trade the news?
Do I trade the news? No, I don't. I don't really use fundamental analysis for any of my trades. The main reason is that I believe it's too subjective. I'm not saying, you know, you can be a successful trader with using fundamental news. For me personally, I don't really use it. I don't think you can be successful in trading the news in the currency market if you're using short time frames as well. If you're using longer time frames, then that's fine. everyone can say, oh, George Soros, he used fundamental analysis in order to make $1 billion in a day. However, technical analysts, if you look at the chart, during the Black Wednesday that occurred in Britain, where George Soros made his $1 billion with his hedge fund, you could have seen that the price broke out of its trend line on Friday. Like four days before, 4 days before the Black Wednesday. So there's no real. For me, I don't think there's any real point in using fundamental analysis when technical analysis is the most up-to-date price action you need, and it's the most up-to-date indicator. So the only time I would use news is if there's any huge factors coming out, like the interest rates of a country, the bank's interest rates. That's about it, really. Just mainly interest rates. I don't trade on interest rates days, so I'd close all my trades if that happens, because the price tends to just be sideways, and when the interest day comes, it just goes crazy.
Just knocks them out, isn't it?
It just goes in huge momentum. Sometimes it can be the momentum of like a whole month, in just 20 seconds or something like that. So I don't really do interest rates or anything like that. But in terms of trading the news, I don't really do that. I'm strictly a technical analyst.
Okay, next question is from Bavin, and he's asking, what advice do you give to someone who wants to start trading?
I would say don't be scared of making a mistake. Primarily, money management. Money management is key. A lot of new traders think that they can put 10-20% on a trade. They risk 10 to 20%. The best traders in the world use money management strategies. The banks, institutional banks, investment banks, hedge funds all use money management strategies. If they are, if all these institutions are using money management strategies, what makes you think as a new trader that you're going to be successful somehow by risking crazy amounts on each trade? Money management is key. Obviously find a good strategy, have a trading plan, so you can do work out every situation on your outcomes and what may happen.
Would you say psychology?
Obviously psychology is key, but that comes after. Do paper trading. Don't go straight to the market, buy a Forex account and get a Forex broker and just start trading right away. Use paper trading in order to become consistently profitable, and then move on to real trading. And just those real things. Perseverance is key, and that's one of the main keys as well, is not giving up. When things are getting tough, when it is becoming difficult in trading, I would say keep persevering to a point where you will find, if you keep going and going and going, you will find ways of solving the problems which you have.
So that's like with everything, isn't it?
It's like going. Anything in life, just keep going until, don't give up. Don't think that because you're not profitable, that means trading is not profitable at all, because that's just a false. So many traders are profitable. You're just not doing something right in order, for you to be profitable. And it can be anything. It could be the trading strategy. It can be your psychology. It could be your money management. It can be a mix of all those three factors. So having the perseverance to carry on and having the perseverance to find out what your problem is will greatly help you in the future, and it will also help you with being a consistently profitable trader.
Great. And the last question from Paul. Your name, yes. Would you be able to talk about the importance on having a trading plan?
I have a trading plan as well. Let me check if I got it. Excuse me, guys. It is a pretty big trading plan. It's 23 pages long. But the thing is, it literally discusses everything from top to bottom on what I need to do. So
step by step.
Step by step, like when to get, looking for the trading setups, looking for, the triggers, where I'm going to put my trigger, where I'm going to place my stop loss, where I'm going to place my take profit, where price should be, at what time I should be getting out, my in-trade management, what happens if the trade goes the wrong way, risk, how much I'm going to risk on each trade, how frequently I'm going to be trading, what happens if there's a huge news announcement coming out, such as interest rates, just various things, just try to cover everything. I memorized it now, so, because I've been doing it for so long now, I sort of know what I can do off by heart, so I don't really need to use this. I just have this sometimes.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case as a reminder. I update it every year, with new strategies which I use, or if I change the way, modify the strategy which I'm currently using, that kind of thing. So this year, for example, is 2011 to 2012. So that was the end of 2011 to 2012. Every year, I just update my trading plan and just make a new one.
So that is very important.
Yeah, it is important, I think, for new traders. As you become more experienced, then you already know off by heart what to do. So then you have no problem. But as a new trader, I would strongly recommend you having a trading plan to be successful.
Okay, great, Paul. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. If you got any other questions for us, visit our website, exponentialclub.com, send us a message, post us a comment. We'll be happy to answer any questions which you guys have. Thank you very much, Matt, for interviewing me.
Thank you, Paul.
Matt will hopefully be doing an interview for us as well, either this week or next week, and you're going to get a perspective on an intraday trader on what his psychology is and how he trades and how he's consistently profitable. So thank you very much, guys, and happy trading.
Take care.
Take care.